Right before Big 12 play starts, and no favors on the Big 12 schedule. You start with Kansas, first game of the year on the road.
That was Eddie Lampkin and Amari McCray jumping center there. McCray at 6'10", about 260. Those two guys are going to bang down low here to start this ball game. Jumper from the left elbow does not go for Cameron Christian, and then rolled in on the second bounce.
Yeah, it's a nice little open shot there for him. Little backcourt pressure here from Grambling State. We'll probably see that most of the night.
Damian Baugh in the forecourt with it now.
It'll be interesting to see how TCU handles that too, without Mike Miles Jr.'s ability to almost be a one-man press breaking machine.
Farabella gets his start in place of Miles. Here's Miller thrown to the rim, foul.
That was a really nice look there from Eddie Lampkin Jr. on the cut. Almost so much so that Miller I wasn't even sure he knew it was coming.
We've seen that more and more out of Lampkin. He's a pretty good passer out of the post.
He's a really good passer out of the post. And, you know, even though he kind of telegraphed out, and he was kind of like almost like waiting for Miller's like, cut.
Yeah.
If you cut faster, I can get it to you. And he had to deliver it just a split second late, but Miller's able to still get the foul there and end of the free throw line here.
Emmanuel Miller with that first free throw attempt gets the Frogs on the board. Misses a second. Good position down low from McCray on the rebound.
Yeah, McCray and Lampkin on the boxing each other out tonight. It's going to be a fun matchup to watch.
Yes, it is. Jermichael Moulton brings it up, hands it off. There's McCray's touch. Down low they get it. A.J. Taylor lost it. Foul was on Taylor earlier, back the other way. Now come the Horned Frogs. Farabella pushes down the left side.
TCU looking to run a lot more in the last few games, and I think it's really helped their offensive efficiency.
Yeah, you know, Jimmy Dixon's talked about that they're better when they're moving quicker. Here's O'Bannon after the screen from Lampkin. Off the mark, Miller there with another offensive rebound.
Yeah, TCU second in the nation in offensive rebounds.
Lampkin bumped by McCray. Did he travel? I believe he did.
He traveled, but did you see that pass?
Yes.
Oh, still another great pass.
He had it.
He's got good vision for a big guy.
Jamie Dixon in his 6th year as the head coach of the Horned Frogs here at his alma mater. Coach Dixon a little worried tonight with Mike Miles. He's worried about his depth at guard. See how it holds up against this group. Bolton gives it up. This is Danye Kingsby. Now the entry baseline to McCray. Out of Ruston, Louisiana with a left-hand jump hook, too strong on the rebound. Miller, and he's fouled.
He almost was tackled.
Yes.
It's going to be a nice physical game.
I think so.
We haven't seen a lot of physical games this year thus far.
They got a chance here tonight with Dante Jackson's team in his 5th season.
And you all know, everybody knows that once the conference season starts, everything becomes physical.
Ball strong to the rim. Layup doesn't go. A little bit of contact, though, and Damian's going to go to the free throw line.
Really nice attack there.
Yep.
Kind of caught Grambling State sleeping just a little bit there. Was able to get all the way to the basket.
He saw that seam and took advantage. There's the acceleration. Boom. Just the hesitation. Saw the seam, took advantage of it.
Yeah, I think he wishes he would have had that shot back too. He let it loose. Excuse me, just a little bit low.
Second personal foul, by the way, on A.J. Taylor. The junior out of Davenport, Iowa, will have to sit here as the free throws off the mark for Damian Baugh. So Taylor checks out. Terrion Randolph is in. He's from here in Dallas. And the big fella McCray is going to sit as well as Prince Moses out of Bessemer, Alabama comes in.
And we've been used to TCU having a lot of depth this season thus far. And it'll be interesting to see how deep Coach Dixon goes on the bench tonight with so many players out.
Baugh's second free throw is good. Damian Baugh, 1 of 1. He's now 15 of 17 from the free throw line this season. He's 15 of 18, I should say. Here's a miss on the jumper out top from Kingsby. And back the other way comes TCU. Damian Baugh trying to work the baseline on an offensive foul. A bump with that left arm. They're going to get Ball with the foul. That's Patrick Adams, the official. He along with Gary Maxwell and KB Burdett. Here's another look at it.
Yeah, as he drives towards the baseline, he just got his arm up a little bit. And I think he did that more out of a reaction to keep his balance than to necessarily create space.
Moten brings it up. Looks out front on Farabella. Around Farabella. They leave it at the wing left now for Kingsby. Kingsby around Farabella.
Good help side.
Yep. Dumbio's into the lineup. Got a piece of that one. is in for Eddie Lampkin. And I think you'll see that tonight when McRae sits for Grambling. I think Lampkin will sit as well. You know, why not, right?
Why not? And then you're getting some minutes for Doumbia. No Xavier Cork tonight. He's out with a sprained ankle. So Doumbia's going to get some extended minutes tonight.
Here's a deep three that goes. That's Emmanuel Miller knocked that one in. Just his 5th one of the year. Knocks in that tray, and the Horned Frogs go up 5-2. It's like the advice that I gave you when you guys had Luka. If you remember, the one piece of parenting advice, ball's turned over here on the travel that I gave you, was that when Luka sleeps, Mama sleeps. So when McRae sits, Lampkin sits, right?
I can only advise her to go to sleep. Doesn't mean she's going to.
That's right.
There's a lot of other things going on that need to be done.
Yeah. Miller's 3 goes. Emmanuel Miller there with that tray. He's got it out front. Here's Farabello for 3.
Caught that in rhythm. Aggressive shooting, caught it knowing he was going to shoot it. I think when he is aggressive on his shot and is really looking to score, he becomes a much deadlier shooter. He's only shooting 28% from 3 this year thus far, but he's a career 42% three-point shooter.
Randolph, now Kingsby. If you think about it, the Frogs have gone into a bit of a three-point shooting slump as the mid-range goes here for Jermichael Moten. And then last outing against Georgetown, they're not going to let it. And you hope that that carries over here for the rest of the year because they had kind of been off from behind the arc.
Yeah, percentage-wise, they're under 30% for the season, which is not very good the way guys shoot it these days. But and you know, a lot of times it's just a matter of opportunities that they've had. Some teams defend the threes better than others, and a number of attempts. As Ball makes a nice little pump fake, one dribble pull up off the glass. You don't see that a lot.
I love that. I love that. We talk about his basketball IQ. There's a little piece of it right there.
I think he's great, and he's a great defender as well. You can see him talking on defense right now, letting Miller know what's going on. Easy switch back to get the guys right on the right guy guarding each other.
You know what he is? You know what, Ball's a basketball player. You know, he's not an athlete out there trying to play basketball. He is a basketball player. High arc and 3 here. Moten got that one to go, and it's 10-7 right now. Jermichael Moten shoots just 28% from behind the arc.
Yeah, it's only his 6th make of the year. They got 3 other guys that have made 17, 14, and 12 on the year. They can really shoot the ball.
And everyone has a green light here for Dante Jackson. Here's O'Bannon for 3 to answer.
Frogs off to a good start behind the three-point line. That's the 3rd make already from 3.
Chuck right at 40% on the season.
He's really had a nice stretch of games here the last couple games, averaging 16.5 points a game.
And, you know, you and I have talked about it when it comes to Chuck O'Bannon and his penetration here for Kingsby. Lost a handle on it. Actually, that was Moten who ditched it down low, and that was Terry and Randolph who missed. The thing about Chuck O'Bannon, who catches at the right wing here, there were some of us, my hand is raised here as Ball fires a 3, that thought O'Bannon might be the odd man out. With the new faces on the roster, you know, where was he going to get his minutes? And he's come in and just fought his tail off. As a nice move here across the lane goes for Cameron Christian. Miller fouled on Ling State. Emmanuel Miller's been good here earlier. Really, the Frogs have been pushing the tempo a bit, Colin.
Yeah, it's been great. Right after a made basket here, watch how fast. Ball gets it in, gets it right back. One dribble, pushes down the sideline to Miller. One dribble all the way to the basket, gets fouled, and gets the free throw line. That, you're creating early offense.
Yeah.
Before defense even gets back and gets set. I love it.
I know what
Get out and run.
I know what you're thinking. You're watching that. You're like, man, that's Billy Ball. That looks like Billy Tubbs' ball.
Well,
ball never touched the ground.
Ball barely touched the ground. Yeah, 2 dribbles, got it all the way up the floor, and got all the way to the basket. And now you got 2 free throws from it. And it took 3 seconds to get the ball down the floor.
Miller's got 4 here early on. At the line right now is Emmanuel Miller, 67% free throw shooter on the year. Knocks in that first.
You know, to add on to that comment there, as deep as TCU has been on the bench and how many guys you can run in and out, too, there's absolutely no reason why they can't get up and down like that.
Sure, I'm with you. And these guys are in great shape anyway. That's the other thing.
All of them.
Yeah. Miller's second free throw is good. Coles into the lineup for the first time. Jacoby, sophomore out of Denton Guyer. Micah Peavy on the floor is where Micah, you'd have been proud of him, Colin, in Georgia. Micah Peavy was terrific from the free throw line late. You know, he's not a great free throw shooter, but he found a way.
Make him when it counts.
Yep,
absolutely.
Exactly. Penetration, floater, short, rebound McRae, follow with a left hand good. It's a big body in there at Amari McRae.
Yeah, good patience on the rebound gather and just get it up there nice and soft.
He originally signed with Pacific. He's had a rust in Louisiana. And when he decided he was going to leave those Tigers to come to these Tigers, his other options were Clemson, Penn State, Texas Tech, and BYU. And he chose Grambling. How about that? Close to home. Good for him. 4 on the shot clock. Farabella bounce. Coles. Foul.
Frogs made something out of a whole bunch of nothing on that possession right there. Coles are in a trip to the free throw line.
Jacoby's 2 of 5 from the free throw line on the year. Let's another look at it. Coles. See that big bump by McCray. McCray looks like he'd be a great defensive end, doesn't he?
He really does.
Here's Cole's second free throw, or first one I should say is good. Eric Parrish in the lineup for the first time. Comes in for Grambling. He checks in for Prince Moss. Parrish out of Cypress, Texas. Transferred from UT San Antonio, also Akron. Coles misses a second. Guess who? Peavy with another offensive rebound. Coles for 3. Short. Long rebound and a foul here. Coles commits it. And he gave Jamie Dixon the my bad. You do it.
That's okay. Jamie will take, Coach Dixon will take that, you know, being aggressive, going for an offensive rebound. The Frogs have been so good offensive rebounding this year. It's almost, you know, you almost don't believe it when they don't come up with one sometimes. They attack the glass so good.
5-point TCU lead. I think Grambling's gotten some good looks. That could have been a hold there on Farabella. Grambling's gotten some good looks offensively, Colin.
Yeah, they absolutely have. They're creating good offense, getting good shots.
Trying to wrap around there, no one there to help him out. Ball for Peavy.
So Frogs had that 4-on-1 right there. And the only thing Baugh did wrong on that was that he got out in front too fast in front of everybody. He needed to kind of slow up, let a teammate get it. If you don't have it, you know, if you're even with the defender, you can get past him. Even you're leaving is what he used to say, right?
Yep.
But if he slows up a little bit, just lets Peavy run to the wing, then you got a 2-on-1. He's either going to get a wide open layup or he's going to pass to Peavy for an easier layup.
And the angle we had, it looked as if he was also throwing Peavy an alley-oop there, but he had to throw him behind him.
Right. Yeah, he just needed to slow up just a hair. It's one of the few times you want to tell a player to slow up to get the odds better in your favor.
Robinson into the lineup, works baseline. There's a follow by Amari McCray again now for the Tigers.
Sometimes you hang around the hoop, you get easy baskets.
You know, big body like that, left-handed, soft hands. Here's ball, nice look. Coles, baseline, over McCray with a jump hook.
That's actually a really tough shot. Kind of tough going away from the basket, spinning little hook shot there. Nice shot by Coles.
18-13, 5-point ball game now. Work our way toward 12 minutes to play in this half. Parrish, baseline on Coles. McCray, strong move to the rim with the right hand.
Yeah, I don't imagine McCray doing very many pump fakes and dribble past the guy to score this season, but that was a really nice move for the big fella.
I mean, you got to be impressed with what you've seen.
So far, it's been great.
It's just his second game of the year. He'd been battling a knee injury that happened late last year. He was just cleared for the last outing against UAB, so these are his first points of the season for him. Coles. Jumper doesn't go.
And over 10 games they've averaged that.
And that's something they've been, that has been an emphasis from Jamie Dixon this year.
Clearly, yeah, and they've already got 4 tonight early on.
13 on the shot clock for Ball. Cutter, Coles,
yeah, nice little pass there from Baugh. Coles knows what to do with it once he gets it down there.
Coles is actually really good along that baseline. Let's another look at it. Once Eric Parrish cheated up, he knew that baseline was open behind him.
Yeah, absolutely. And Shondarius Coward, he kind of got caught watching a little bit, backdoor a little bit. I think one of his teammates got on him a little bit, and you know, they talked it out real quick, and all's good. Play on.
Malik Lamine is into the lineup. So that's that screen there. Here's penetration down the right-hand side, and Eric Parrish got the deuce.
Yeah, that's a good finish there from Parrish.
Yeah, they've gotten to the rim several times.
Full court pressure here, and TCU's got everybody down the floor. Long pass was able to beat it, but
Coles traveling.
Coles ends up traveling with it. that's one thing that, you know, we talk about in almost every telecast. If the team comes up and puts pressure in TCU, they had the 3 big guys all the way down the floor. And a lot of times, I mean, guys need to be aware of what's going on, that any team could potentially press them at any time, as you see Coles with the travel there.
Yep. Parrish. Moss. Penetration floater here. Had a good look to Robinson, but the Frogs are able to claim the rebound. Michael Peavy gives it up. Here's O'Bannon for another 3. Second one. Chuck O'Bannon.
Yeah, he's just playing really confident offensively right now. He caught that, not in a great position. The ball had already gone down the left wing, so it was a reversal there. But he was a foot and a couple feet behind the three-point line there. But green light and confidence equals buckets most of the time.
Jumper left side off the mark this time for Robinson. Back the other way, Miller. Bumped as he let go of it. There's Ball. Able to put it back.
Again, a good push there by TCU, getting down and running down the floor. Miller almost earned a trip to the free throw line, but Ball was able to finish up the miss.
Moss out front now, Parrish. Parrish looked down low. Taken away. Ball just ripped it out of the hands there of Lamine. Frogs on the other end. That's Chuck Dixon talks about that. I mean, he's been battling injury for much of his career.
That's correct. And it's, you know, he just, when you feel good, you usually play good.
Lose it on the baseline to the Tigers. That was a one that you got to believe McCray would like to have back.
And you know, Coach Jackson probably wants it back as well, coming out of a timeout.
Here's Peavy in the forecourt. Micah. 9:15 to play in the half ball.
Grambling showing zone here for the first time.
Yep. This might be to protect McCray a little bit too, just to give him a little bit of a break. Again, this just his second game back from knee injury. Miller with a catch at the high post, works his way around McCray somehow for the right hand.
It's a good finish with the left hand too, going the opposite hand. McCray almost got the steal when he first caught it because he was on him so quickly.
Out top now, Coward.
Mbia just took one in the throat from McCray.
It's Coward on the move. Parrish gives it up. Gets it back. Does not get the roll. McCray able to keep it alive. Strong move. And a foul here. This one's going to be on McCray.
They're going to grab him for his second foul that coach probably didn't want him to get. Dubia was really battling down there.
Tell you what, he's got some ability though, Colin. I mean, he's a guy that can play in a lot of places.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, you talked about the different offers that he had. Coming off an injury, you can only imagine if he's 100% healthy how good he could be.
Exactly. The kind of effort you saw there on that play, you'll take that.
He looks like a middle linebacker here ready to go hit somebody now. He's ready to go.
8:15 to play right now in this first half. Frogs lead by 12, their largest of the game. Here's Peavy. Frogs against his zone. Back to tell the shot clock here. Miller penetrates. Extra pass finds O'Bannon.
Great find by Miller. It started with Miller's pump fake to get his defender in the air. Drive, draw the defense, kick it out to wide open O'Bannon, who's red hot with his third 3 RA tonight.
32-17 now. Horned Frogs with the lead.
That was one of the best offensive possessions against a
terrific official. Stopped him. Cameron Christian gets the inbound strong to the rim over O'Bannon. Misses. Tip follows off the mark. Lampkin grabs the board. Farabella doesn't know that Christian's behind him. Almost gave it up.
Yeah, teammates got to let him know that's going on.
Peavy misses.
Tough shot. I think Mike had gotten kind of in a no man's land, a little spot where he couldn't really do anything passing. He'd already picked up his dribble. It's a tough spot.
Floater across the lane off the mark for Kingsby. Peavy in the forecourt loses that one.
I love that Farabello caught that, didn't even think about putting it on the floor, and immediately found his teammate down the floor.
Deep three off the mark here for Kingsby. Frogs back the other way. Here's Miller, free throw line. How about that? Big fella picks the pocket. Peavy blocks it. A rebound now for O'Bannon.
Good hustle to get back by Michael Peavy. Get that trail block. The buzzer, I hit a 3.
I remember that.
To break the record.
Yes, I remember that. But it was 143 to 110, and we were all wondering, you know, it wasn't in question. We were like, okay, it's time for Colin.
Right.
When's Colin going to get his time?
Well, I tell this to all the walk-ons now. When you get your chance, you know, you're not going in there to dribble the clock out.
No, shoot.
And, you know, Coach Tubbs didn't want us to dribble the clock out either. So he wanted us to shoot it.
O'Bannon shoots that one. And a nice tip follow with Emmanuel Miller.
Amazing hustle by Miller to get up there and get that tip in.
Yep.
But yeah, if you're going out there, teams want to play. The other team, in games like that, the other team a lot of times will have the walk-ons in too, and guys who don't play a lot.
Right.
They don't want to dribble the clock out. They don't want to play.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Let them go.
And if it's 143 to 110, no one's going to question you anyway, right?
That's right.
That previous sequence reminded me of that, although no one made a bucket. Here's a turnaround jumper from Christian. Yeah, I mean, you know, it was back and forth. There was that kind of pace.
Yeah, it was a fun night.
Yes, it was. Baseline ball, reverse layup. No, Lampkin again on the offensive glass. Miller cuts through. And a foul. Well, they're going to call an offensive foul here.
Miller being really aggressive, catching and going up, but it looks like Christian was set there in the paint. Probably a pretty good call. I couldn't see his feet if they were outside of the restricted area, but nice job defensively there by Christian. Those are always tough to go stand under and try to take a charge because the guy's got a head of steam like that.
He's coming right at you.
You can end up on a poster real quick.
Yeah. And stepped on too, right?
All of it.
Yeah. Out front, Randolph now. Strong move through the double team. Missed it. And a rebound now for O'Bannon. Damian Ball in the forecourt. Frogs worked out the last 2 days after the Georgetown game on Saturday. Got in about 8:30 on Saturday night. They'll get a break after tonight, though. Don't play again until the 29th because Coles is able to muscle that one up there.
Yeah, nice patience by Coles. He didn't try to go too aggressive to the hole. Just was patient, got to his spot. Was able to create a little bit of separation with the body.
Almost a turnover here. Farabella can't grab it. Unable to capitalize was Tremichael Moulton.
You know, we've talked a lot about TCU's pace and getting up and down the floor a little bit tonight and how that's been kind of a departure of how they've been for a while as Eddie Lampkin picks up a blocking foul here.
Second one on Eddie Lampkin.
And you can see it in the players. It's just more fun to play like that.
Sure it is.
And it's not, I don't know, there's more energy, there's more enthusiasm. Yep. Out on the floor, and I think that's contagious, and that can spill over into the defensive side of the ball as well.
And I think with the number of players on this roster that deserve minutes, that kind of pace is important. You get more guys in.
No question.
You know, if you're in a methodical half-court pace, you're not going to play as many players. You don't need to.
It's hard. You know, we talked about the pace that we used to play with when I was here. I played an entire half a couple times, and I got to tell you, in that system, it's almost impossible.
Sure, yeah.
Like you are dog tired, but you're not going to tell coach you want to come out.
It's a great look on the end, on the offensive end for Grambling on that last set to find Eric Parrish for that reverse layup. It's a good look from A.J. Taylor down low to Dumbia. Not able to finish it. At the free throw line now goes Suleiman Dumbia. Knocks in the first one. But I know how you are about big men. You don't like them to bring that ball down. You want them to keep it high when they get it high.
Oh, yeah, no question. Get it high and get it up on the rim quick.
Yep. How about that?
Anytime you bring the ball down to your waist, you make the 5'10" guy, you know, capable of getting in there and stealing it. If you get that ball high, they can't get it.
Takes away your advantage, right?
That's correct.
Kingsby out front. Penetrate baseline, send it back out now to Kingsby. Moulton floats short. Dumbia with the board. One and done for Grambling. Farabella, his spot.
And running to shoot. He thought in the past, I don't think he would have shot that. I really don't.
I'm with you. Or he would have hesitated and then shot it.
That was a full sprint to the corner, knowing he was going to get the ball there, and caught it with a guy in his face and still went up, and he nailed it.
Lead at 20, largest of the game for the Frogs. Nice look again. I'm telling you, I'm impressed with McCray. That's a good pass from the high post for the big man. Got the deuce on the baseline.
Yeah, McCray's got, if he ever wanted to go back in the transfer portal, he would have a lot of options. Sure. He's having a nice game tonight.
Yep.
And if he ever got really healthy, you got to imagine, that level of productivity even go higher.
Yep. They're going to put Parrish on the free throw line. That was Peavy slapped his hand.
It was just a little late from behind. Got backdoor there. Backdoor cut.
3-point play here.
Pressure again. Frogs need to be aware.
How about the luxury of having Damian Ball, though, at 6'4", who can bring the ball up like that?
It helps because he can pass over a lot of that.
Yep.
But you beat the press a lot of times by just ball fakes and making good passes and having teammates available to throw to.
Peavy just short-armed that one. Kingsby. Moulton. Nice look. Baseline's been good to Grambling.
Yeah, it really has. It's been really good. They're putting pressure here again.
Tapped away from behind. Long lead out here. Grambling's going to run it down to the corner. Prince Moss does.
That Damian Ball shouldn't be required to try to beat a press on him, right. A double team like that by himself, though.
Yeah, it needs a little help back there, doesn't it?
No question.
And you had Farabella on the floor, and he's off now. Here's O'Bannon. Yeah, Farabella's going to get back in, I think, maybe to try to combat some of that.
Yeah, I think that's right. You get another good ball handler in there.
Chuck's going to be the guy that they've talked about potentially playing some of that two guard.
Yeah, I think he can. He's certainly capable of it. He scores and plays offensively like a two guard.
Down low, McCray foul.
He's a good pump fake, get the foul there. Earn a trip to the line by McCray. Really impressed by this guy.
He'll go to the free throw line now. Just another look at it.
You see, that was just going in, getting position early down there. You can get position that low that early, and your teammates can get you the ball. It's almost impossible to stop somebody. Certainly that size.
Lefty misses a free throw there. Speaking of lefties, I saw the great Lee Nalen in the house here tonight, earlier.
Former TCU great.
Had pretty good touch for a big man.
He can score a little bit.
Yep. McCray's second effort. Missed that one. Miller with the board.
He might have found the chink in the armor.
Yep. Ball strong to the rim. There's almost a tendency, you think, with TCU at times, hey, I'm just going to get it up on the backboard. We got so many guys crashing the boards in the offensive end. Surely someone's going to come up with it.
A lot of times that creates good offense for guys. You know, especially you guys got like Peavy and Miller crashing the boards, and Eddie Lampkin is leading the Big 12 in offensive rebounds per game.
Here's another look. O'Bannon bumped on the perimeter by Prince Moss. 1-on-1 situation right now. That is the 7th team foul. On Grambling is Terry and Randolph back in the lineup. Dallas native. He played at Temple College before arriving in Grambling. O'Bannon's free throw's good.
Bannon already with 12 points and 7 rebounds tonight here in the first half.
67% free throw shooter. Product of Bishop Gorman there in Las Vegas. Great basketball tradition there, right, Colin?
It's one of the top programs in the country.
You know their mascot?
I should know this actually, and I don't. I actually play in a charity golf tournament every year that does a scholarship for a kid at that school.
You should know that.
And I should know the scholar. Oh my goodness.
This is going to be TCU's basketball out of bounds off of Grambling.
Which I know is random. You're probably thinking, why are you playing in a charity golf tournament for a performing kid?
Right.
It's for a friend of mine out in California whose dad was the head coach there for a long time.
O'Bannon now.
It's not the Gales.
It is the Gales. Nice work. Pretty sure Mike Martin was in your ear there. Baseline left with it here is O'Bannon.
Google's not fast enough for that.
Steal for Grambling to the rim for the lay-in. This is Eric Parrish able to score it. And it's a 15-point game all of a sudden.
Yeah, and it's not the way TCU wants to go to the locker room here. We want to end up with a couple of good offensive possessions here. Keep that momentum going into half.
Here's Damian Baugh. Penetrate, feed it off of Miller for the lay-in and the score.
All right, so that was a great pass from Baugh. That's an even better catch than Miller.
Yeah.
He led him so far and so low, and it was the only place he could have thrown it to get it to him. And he had to get all the way down. He caught that below his knee down here. As you see Baugh pass it, look how far out he had to stretch out to get that, and led him perfectly to the other side of the rim to get the bucket and the harm here. Great pass by Baugh. Baugh's had some nice looks tonight.
I tell you, Damian is a terrific passer on the perimeter. Just we talked earlier about his basketball skills. Emmanuel Miller, too, has got great hands.
No question. That's already 6 assists for Baugh. You know, we were worried about Mike Miles' offensive production. Well, you've already got Emmanuel Miller with 12 and O'Bannon with 13 picking up the offense.
Right.
And Baugh's picking up the assist totals.
With those 6 assists for Damian Baugh. Free throws off the mark for Emmanuel Miller. Yeah, I really believe that Miller's hands contribute to his rebounding skills. It's on 2. Here's penetration. Down to 7 seconds left. He missed it. He has got the rebound. Franz have to work quickly. Down to 3. Down to 2. Here's Baugh at the buzzer. Get it!
They weren't bright enough to cut a hole in the bottom just quite yet.
It had nothing to do with not being bright enough. It was just that was what the game was about back then. So,
would you like to be the designated ball retriever on the ladder?
Right. Well, at your height, you would have been that guy without the ladder.
That's probably
you just stand right there, Colin. What you got? Jermichael Moulton misses here, and the Frogs will push. Farabella, along with O'Bannon, Baugh, Lampkin, and Miller, the 5 on the floor for TCU here to start this second. Eddie, who had foul trouble early, forces that one, and McCray kicked it away. Farabella bangs into him. Careful you don't separate a shoulder there, Farabella.
Yeah, it was a great job by Francisco to get on the ground, though, and get that ball.
Penetrate, pitch here, 3 off the mark. Lampkin position, followed no, but a foul.
Yeah, that'll be the 3rd foul on McCray. Not what Grambling was looking for. No, start here in the second half, but yet another offensive rebound by the Frogs.
Lampkin there with it around McCray. McCray just reaches out. Here in this second half, Kristen Kingsby, McCray, Moulton, and Taylor. 5 on the floor here for Grambling as Eddie thuds that one. Jamie Dixon's team with this 19-point lead. Final matchup before the Christmas break for his team. Back at it the 29th, as we mentioned. Texas Southern also out of the SWAC comes calling.
Frog players going to get a couple days off here after this game.
Not as many as you would think. They're going to be back the night of the 25th, right? I think they're coming back Christmas night.
That's right. That's still more than we used to give.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Coach Tubbs gave you Christmas morning off.
He did. We came back 6 o'clock at Christmas night. Every Christmas, 6 o'clock every time.
Here's Kingsby, baseline. Cutter there was A.J. Taylor, and I don't think Kingsby anticipated the cut. And how about this? Did Farabella draw the charge? He does. And back the other way, it'll be TCU's basketball.
Yeah, they did. They didn't call it just a errant pass. That was a charge called.
Farabella steps in there and takes it. All right, so you get it back to Damian Baugh here. No real pressure. Gets a screen from Lampkin, but Farabella left again and left Baugh with it. You cool with that?
I'm fine with that if it's just one guy. The ball takes him hitting the nose and still able to throw it up off the glass. I'm fine with bad if it's just one guy. A ball handler should be able to go down and beat one guy. But what you got to be aware of is if a second defender comes back and tries to trap him, and then everybody, you got your back turned to him, and you're not able to go back and help him.
Gotcha. Right-hand baseline. They kick it back out now to McCray for the jump to the free throw line. No good. Ball grabs the board. Damian brings it up. Bounce to Lampkin. Lost the handle on it. Free throw line step back there for Kingsby off the mark, and Lampkin able to control this one.
Good outlet pass, too. Give Miller a chance.
Skip it, O'Bannon. Catch, shoot, and roll.
I'm telling you, this new look offense of TCU pushing the ball is fun to watch. And a lot of that has
Cash. We'll show the other two here in a bit, but Dr. Cash, great man, great basketball player, great supporter of TCU. Honored to have him back in Fort Worth. 17:30 to play here in this second half. I know what you, Colin, you're racing through. I know what you're thinking in your mind. Who are the other two? And you're thinking you haven't seen anyone other. You've seen two, but you haven't seen the third. You're thinking it might be you, maybe.
No, it's definitely not me. If you're putting together a walk-on list, maybe, and you can put me in the conversation, but no, it's a. The other two guys on your list are pretty special players.
This one knocked out of bounds.
I think you're going to find them here in the crowd here at some point.
Yep, it'll stay with TCU. O'Bannon to inbounds. Chuck. Left-hand side, they get it. Miller back out front it comes. To Sammy Ball, to Damian Ball. Here's a deep three. O'Bannon hit as he let go of it to foul. And that's legitimate contact. This is not a foul. That's a legitimate foul committed by Cameron Christian on O'Bannon, who'll go to the line for three.
Yeah, and O'Bannon saw the shot clock going down. Only 2 seconds left on the shot clock. If Christian puts his hand straight in the air instead of extending out, he probably just has a good contest on it, and with the shot clock running down, it probably just would have been a better play. But as it was, O'Bannon ends up on the free throw line for 3 shots here.
Free throw off the mark for Chuck. He'll get a second chance.
So I don't know if I told you this. I was doing an NBA G League game a few weeks ago.
Right.
And they have a rule in the G League, I don't know if you're aware of this, that when you go to the free throw line, except for the last 2 minutes of the half of the game, it's 1 free throw for 2 points or 3 points if you're shooting a 2 or 3 pointer. 1 free throw and then get the ball and let's go up and down again.
Oh, 1 free throw and it counts for 2?
Counts for 2.
So you're never shooting 2?
You're never shooting 2 unless it's in the last 2 minutes of the game.
Really?
But it keeps the pace of the game going. You don't have, a big stoppage of play.
So it's kind of like Canadian rules basketball. Oh, Lampkin falls on top of Terrian Randolph. Looks like he's okay as he got Eddie Lampkin up in the air.
As I go with the ooh, like with the rest of the crowd, because I was a little nervous for him as Lampkin comes right down on top of him. And, Lampkin was 335 when he got here at TCU last year. He's only 270 now.
Yep.
That's still a lot of weight coming right down on top of Randolph there.
Grambling will keep here, and Tremichael Moten will inbounds. Now we got a warning between Terry and Randolph and Doumbia here. Now Moten gets to inbounds. That's so in the corner for the baseline jumper that's short. Followed his own shot for the dunk, though, to Cameron Christian.
And the only thing with that is Doumbia was boxing this guy out so hard, he pushed him back and pulled himself right out of rebounding position.
Ball gives it up. Left-hand corner, they get it, O'Bannon. He'll pull the trigger from 18, in and out. Unlucky there. That one rattled around a bit. Crossover, nice move to the rim and score it. Here from Moten, how about that?
Moten's had a nice little game right now. He's up to 9 points, leading Grambling.
23-point ball game. Ball. We got a foul here. Dumbia was fouled by Sean Darius Coward. Cole's into the lineup for Miller. Peavy's going to come in as well. He comes in for. Actually, it was PV 4. Might be one too many players on the floor. There are, yeah. There's O'Bannon checking out. They had 6 guys out there for a minute.
Wow, we got double technical fouls here on Damian Ball and Sean Darius Coward. I think they're just talking a little bit. He's double technical, take the ball out of bounds.
Number 10, Sean Darius Coward for the Tigers against number 10, Damian Ball for the Frogs.
Counts as a personal for both. And, you know, Peavy threw that ball inbounds to Dumbia. That's mistake number 1.
Yeah, so that's exactly what Dumbia is supposed to do. He sets a screen, you roll back to the ball after you set the screen. But you got to get the guy the ball who's coming off the screen first.
Right. I can't imagine, that you want to throw it into Dumbia that far out.
No, and it's not an easy catch for a big fella.
Here's Farabella off the screen. Ball, now Coles. He led the league early in the year, Emmanuel Miller had more rebounds than anyone else.
Yeah, and he led the SEC last year in rebounding.
Yep. Here's ball right-hand side. Coles for 3. There you go. Jacoby Coles.
Yeah, it's amazing when guys get confidence like that. And coach isn't going to pull you out for taking a bad shot.
Nope.
Just let it fly.
Parrish gives it up. Coward screen. Christian misses that one. Coles with a rebound. One and done again for Grambling. That's been the story of the night.
Yeah, no question. And Grambling's only got 11 rebounds on the entire night, and to TCU's 32.
Nice look.
Yeah, no question. You're right. That's a basketball IQ right there. He drew the defender as he stepped or took the dribble away from the lane, and that the guy who set the screen, Dumbia, was rolling straight down, was going to get a smaller guy in the post.
Then comes up,
down there.
Then comes up with a steal on the other end. He knows where all 4 players are at all. Look at this. I mean, there again. He had Coles just a little off his hands, but he knows where all 4 players are, in addition to himself at all times.
Yeah, and he's under control most of the time, and he's one of those guys as a coach you love having on the floor.
Right.
Because he's going to find guys and make other guys around him better.
And he rolled out the other night at a Frog Club event, the guys that he used to just play pickup ball with in Memphis in the summertime. And Colin, it was an all-star team. And he said, here I was, just a young high schooler, and I'm playing with all these guys,
It's a good way to get better.
Yes.
The only way to get better is keep playing against better people.
Yeah. He said Penny would even show up every once in a while and play with him.
I bet Penny still got a little game.
Oh, yeah. Peavy, baseline. Oh, no! Down to 10 on the shot clock. This is where you might miss Mike Myers a little bit, right?
Yeah, because Miles can go get a shot anytime.
Coles again. Had a decent look at it. Rebound on the floor. Taken away by Christian now. Moten into Farabella. Just backing down.
That was a really good finish. Farabella did a really good job. He guessed right on the initial move defensively. Moten just did a better job offensively, spun back to the left, and was able to get it up.
There's an alley-oop. Peavy has to go up and bring it down. Yeah, I'm anxious to see. So you got Texas Southern on the 29th. I like comparing teams in the same league. I'm anxious to see how well this Grambling team matches up against the Texas Southern, because this Grambling team has some parts and pieces that are pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to imagine a guy like McCray in that league is going to be just a dominant force.
Earlier in the year, the Frogs saw McNeese and Nichols, and you can compare those 2 teams in that league to see how they matched up.
Well, the common denominator in all those games for the Frogs has been very good on the offensive rebounds.
Peavy travels. 13:25 to play. 24-point march. You may have heard Jamie Dixon say, let's shoot it. Let's just shoot it. You know, you're across the middle of the lane like that. You're awfully close to the rim, right?
Yeah, I don't need to try to do too much there. I know he's trying to find a teammate open, but he's also athletic enough that he gets there and he can rise up from 4 feet and at least get something soft on the rim.
Reach in here, and the call's going to be on Chuck O'Bannon. Here's another look. All right, what Chuck do wrong here? Boom. Just that lean.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you start reaching in instead of moving your feet, he's still got the length. He could have just slid his feet with him and made take a tough shot, but like that right there.
Yeah, Moten hesitates and scores.
But you know, somebody's got to slide over and get a box out because Ball's trying to defend the shot.
But like Tremichael Moten is a guy you go, okay, that guy can play.
He's had a great game tonight.
Yeah.
He's not, you know, he didn't jump off the stat page when we were coming into this game. You know, he averages 7 points a game, and he's already almost doubled that up tonight, 13 already.
Yep, 4 assists as well. Here's O'Bannon trying to get it back to Lampkin. Another turnover. Bounce it forward. Christian finishes and back.
Grambling giving a little TCU a little bit of their own medicine there on that play. Getting the ball out on in transition and finishing with an and one.
Here's another look at it as we go to timeout. Here, able to get it up off the glass. Did Christian is Peavy runs through him and commits the foul. 12:25 to play. And the Horned Frogs still lead it 60-38.
Oh, yeah, I see him.
20-point ball game right now. Frogs in control here. Led by as many as 27 as TCU. Free throw line now goes Grambling out of the timeout. Cameron Christian with an opportunity. Cut into this lead even further. Free throw is good. Got on a 19-point ball game. That led to the timeout. Now the pressure to come up with a steal and break here for the Horned Frogs. Chance Robinson was out of bounds when he came up with that one. Now Jimmy Dixon says, you know what, Demi Ball, you throw it in.
Yeah, I mean, the Frogs got to recognize that too, right? That Grambling's been pressing a lot of times, especially out of timeouts like that. And have your press break ready to go with the right personnel throwing in and get everybody set up where you're supposed to go. Fair outlet there by Eddie Lampkin coming back, making it easy.
Farabella comes in, by the way, for Chuck O'Bannon. Damian Baugh out front. Nice bounce pass, finds Coles, missed the lay-in. Tapped out of bounds off of TCU. That's a good look.
It was a great look, and he, you know, and Coles wishes he had it back. He'll make that 9 times out of 10. And again, another great look from Baugh, finding Coles cutting down the baseline there.
Out front with a Moten. Tried to force it inside. Steal Farabella. Lead out Lampkin. Lead for Manuel. Coles has to dish it off the glass. But before the shot by Coles, you got the foul.
So a couple things to dissect there. A great steal anticipation from Farabello. And then the great outlet pass to Lampkin, who makes a great catch. And then a behind-the-back drop to Miller, who gets fouls, unable to finish. But what a drop-back pass from Lampkin.
Free throw for Miller is good.
That's 6'11", 270 running, catching it over the shoulder like he's a tight end in football, and then just dropping it back.
We talked about it to start the game. That, I mean, he is a really good passer as a big man.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of guys doing that these days.
Got a lane violation here. So the Frogs will get another effort here. Second effort's good, and there's a technical foul. And a technical foul is going to be issued here on Dante Jackson. The head coach, Gary Maxwell, had heard enough.
Yeah, Coach Jackson thought that the free throw had already hit the rim before Coward stepped in the lane there.
Yeah. I'm not so sure what he said to cross the line. Did you catch it, Colin?
I didn't catch it. You know, he said initially that hit the rim, ref, and then when he turned around, mentioned something else. And
he said not even close, right?
Not even close, but then, he added a little something to it.
Farabella's second free throw is good.
Farabella remains perfect on the season from the free throw line. 15 out of 15 now from the line. That's a coach who's frustrated that his team was getting a little bit of momentum, had about a 9-0 run going, getting back into this game. And then his player makes a poor decision on the lane violation.
Yep.
And then you get a turnover right away, too, and things start snowballing back the other way.
Yep, 23-point lead right now with 11:36 to go. There you see Dante Jackson in his 5th year at Grambling. David Baldwin rings it across to Miller. By the way, Grambling just hired a new football coach. I don't know if you caught that. Former NFL assistant Hugh Jackson, now the new head coach at Grambling. Good hire. Here's Peavy. Left-hand side, Farabella for 3. Thought about it too long. Offensive rebound, Lampkin had it. Lost it out of bounds off of Grambling.
That was a good IQ play there from Peavy as well, knowing that Farabella was about to spring open on the left side for a wide open 3.
Substitution is Randolph's got to get in. He'll come in for Amari McCray. McCray's got 3 personal fouls. Ball with the rebound. Or excuse me, the inbound, I should say. Gives to Farabella, who gets it right back now from Lane. Good ball movement here for the Frogs. 3 on the shot clock. Peavy, maybe not the guy you wanted shooting it. Lampkin can't come up with a loose.
Yeah, with the shot clock running down, that was an okay shot for Micah to take. A couple other guys to turn down shots on that possession. You like to see sometimes when the ball gets whipped around the perimeter like that, give a shot fake, because the guys are having to close out hard to you. If they leave their feet, that's an opportunity to then drive by them and either get all the way to the basket yourself or have the defense collapse to you and find another teammate even more wide open.
Coward. Peavy holding his right hand, by the way. Let's keep an eye on that for the Horned Frogs. Penetration, and the lay-in goes here for Chance Robinson. Ball pushes Miller through the lane to the rim.
Okay. Good offense there. Again, pushing the ball down the floor all the way to the corner to Miller, and Miller knows I've got an opportunity to drive it here. If I don't have anything, I can always pull it out. Sure enough, turns the corner, he's wide open at the front of the rim.
Out of bounds, they say Lampkin hit it last. It's going to stay with Grambling. One of the things that I noticed when Farabella's on the floor is that the spacing is terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Farabella's been great. He's only got 3 turnovers on the entire season.
Right.
He just does a good job of getting guys in the right spot, and you know, it tends to lead to better opportunities to score when you have good spacing like that.
Grambling with possession out of the timeout. McCray backing it down on Coles, and an offensive foul here on McCray. Cleared him out with a forearm.
That's 4 on McCray.
Yep. Here's another look at this. Tell me.
I think the only reason he called, Cole's allowed to obviously hold his ground right there. I think the only reason they called that is because the elbow got up a little high. I don't like the call.
Yeah, I don't either.
At all. You know, it's one thing if that elbow catches him in the chin.
Miller feeds it. Coles. Foul.
There might have been 1 too many passes.
Yep. Randolph, the guilty party here.
Got his money's worth.
Yeah, he did.
Cole's hand is stinging right now, I promise you.
Jacoby just 2 of 5 from the free throw line coming into this game. Now 3 of 6 on the year. Parrish checks out. Prince Moss is back in now for Grambling with 9:48 to go. And the lead back up to 25. Penetration, reverse layup goes for Chance Robinson, the freshman from there in Grambling.
Couple of plays in a row there for the freshman.
He was highly recruited. Went to Buffalo, as a matter of fact, but then was asked to leave their program. Had some issues with the law. Here's a running one-hander for Damian Ball.
Great backdoor cut for himself to get open there from Ball. Sometimes that's the easiest thing in the to do to get open. Sometimes guys overplaying you like that.
Three-pointer here for Chance Robinson. Got that one to go.
Yeah, he's heating up now.
Out of the top with it now. Peavy threw it away. Dumbia is going to check in. .848 left. And I think that Chance Robinson, he was going to have to come out of the game. He's going to stay out there. He was talking with his head coach. They were ready to substitute for him. Here's Robinson, right wing. In traffic, slapped away. Farabella comes up with it. Four-court ball leaves to Peavy now. Micah out front now comes Farabella. He's D'd up there by Robinson. Here's Miller. Dumbia with 4 on the shot clock. Baugh has to force it. Off the mark. Dumbia tipped it twice. Miller can't grab it. Finds it again in the lane. Has to clear it back out. No reset. Nice job.
Amazing. TCU just still staying relentless on the boards here.
Find the open man, Farabella with the deuce.
Yeah, great find there for Farabella. Pump fake, get the defender in the air, and then a wraparound pass to Dumbia for the slam.
And then what, a 17 or 18 year career in the NBA?
I think it was 18, yeah.
Yeah, and he's just a terrific model citizen here for TCU, an ambassador in the community. Here's a float in the lane, doesn't go, and a foul. And Dumbia may have injured his hand on that block.
Yeah, you hope it's just a jammed finger there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just might have hit the tip of it, you think?
Yeah, that was a weird, you know, since he caught just the tip of it, it almost looked like he may have kind of half dislocated it. It's just a weird angle sometimes when you hit your finger like that. And
can you half dislocate something?
Or maybe. Fair enough.
Maybe just the slight dislocation, as they say.
It's just on the verge of dislocating, and then gets sucked back in.
You can tell it's bothering him, though. He makes it across here as Farabella brings it up to the Horned Frogs. O'Bannon with it. Peavy now, Miller. Off now, Farabella. Look down low for Dumbia. O'Bannon, 3. That one doesn't go. Miller comes up with that board. Credit Peavy, though, for keeping that one alive.
No question. And both of them, are so aggressive going for those offensive rebounds. But Peavy even just getting a slight finger on it to keep it alive.
Here's Farabella. And I was even, and look at O'Bannon fighting for it, couldn't get it. I was even going to say Peavy kept it alive and never touched it.
Yeah.
But the effort
does it because it occupies the defender who's trying to rebound it as well. And, he's having to contend with Peavy trying to shake him off, but allows Miller to come over and snag it.
Yep. Down to 6:40 left in this one. Blocked by Peavy. Out of bounds, and it'll stay with Grambling.
Nice job sliding your feet. That's a hard thing to do when a guy's trying to turn the corner on you, trying to keep sliding your feet there, and then still be able to elevate to get a hand on it.
24-point game. Catch, shoot for Christian off the mark. And we got an offensive foul here. Is that what we're going to? Christian ends up on the. Oh, okay. Christian ends up on the floor, but he commits a foul. Patrick Adams says by tripping the defender.
Yeah, I think he ended up on the floor as O'Bannon was coming by, and he ended up tripping and putting O'Bannon on the floor.
Here's Peavy.
Which is amazing. The official wasn't even, he was watching the shot.
Right.
And he just saw it out of the corner of his eye and was able to call it.
O'Bannon. Now Peavy. How about this? How about this? Oh, Dumbia for 3 misses.
I tell you, Jamie Dixon never even got off his chair for that one, though.
Didn't bother him. Farabella runs it down. 10 on the shot clock. That'll get him up for this final 10 seconds. Farabella bumped again. Off it comes Peavy. 3 on the shot clock. Misses it. Didn't follow it, though. And back comes Grambling. Tigers moving quickly. Yeah, Randolph loses it. Miller. Alley-oop. Oh, O'Bannon couldn't get it clean. Miller follows.
O'Bannon had to go with one hand because the other hand, you wanted to make sure he got the guy out of the way so he didn't land on him.
Skip it out front here now to Moten. 5:20 to play.
Nice defense there by the Frogs.
Clear out, one-on-one with Dumbia. Made him adjust his shot. That was Terry and Randolph. Again, one and done for Grambling. Peavy for 3. Got that.
That was a catch. He knew he was going to shoot it. Dumbia was the happiest guy on the floor because he didn't have to go all the way down the floor. He's a little slow coming back.
Largest lead for the Horned Frogs tonight. 29 right now. 77-48. And remember, TCU doing this without Mike Miles. Foul there on Farabella on the reach. Ball, Lampkin, and Coles to get in for TCU. Dumbia, along with Miller and Farabella, check out. Here's another look. Better rotation on that one, too, by the way, for people.
He was ready to shoot it there.
Yep.
He hasn't been getting much to drop driving to the basket or the little 10-foot pull-up that he's taking a couple shots tonight. So catch it in rhythm and let it fly. He's capable of knocking that down.
Moten with it out front. Rebound, Lampkin back the other way comes Damian Ball.
See, that's recognition. Nobody saw that Paul was getting double teamed in the backcourt. He had 4 guys on the baseline basically. Peavy.
Who brings the defense to him, and then he finds Lampkin.
Bob's pretty excited about that. It's a big high five there for Lampkin coming down the floor. Ball now with 10 assists.
4 minutes left in this one. Entry to the big man. Able to convert was McRae.
By the way, that's a career high for assists for Damian Ball.
Ball the free throw line, sends it back now to Peavy. Again.
And making 11 for Ball. I tell you what, if Micah Peavy starts knocking down threes for TCU, that's going to make them even more dangerous on offense.
He's been in a bit of a slump shooting the basketball, had Peavy, prior to the night.
Not the last 3 possessions.
No, not at all.
There. That's great. Keep it going.
Sending corner left here now for Coward. Thrown away. I mean, Kansas, West Virginia, and Baylor out of the block. Jumper doesn't go here. Coles with the rebound. He's climbing the back. Gonna get a foul here on Coles. That's a good call.
Yeah, that's a good call. It's a pretty athletic move to jump up and grab it with one hand while you're steadying yourself on the shoulder of another guy. But again, it shows how relentless the Frogs have been on the offensive boards. You know, we talked about ad nauseum about second in the nation in offensive rebounds a game at 15.4 per game. They're already at 17 of those tonight. And they're plus 27 in the overall rebounding.
Free throw good here for Quentin Murrell. In the lineup for the first time. And misses the second.
I tell you, with stats like that, just on the rebounding alone, if TCU hadn't turned the ball over 16 times, this game, while already out of hand at 31, could have really been out of hand.
Full court with it. Push here for O'Bannon. And a foul here, I think, is going to put O'Bannon on the free throw line for a pair. They're going to call the foul on the big fella.
It's good attack there by O'Bannon, earning a trip to the line. Coaching staff letting Lampkin know that the whistle's blown. You don't need to try to jam it home, just in case that ball would have potentially fallen down, although it looked like it was falling off, and it probably was. But better to at least give it a chance to fall in.
McRae fouls out. Malik Lamine comes in for him. McRae just his second game back after the knee injury last year. Fouls out with 8 points and 3 rebounds.
God, felt like he had such a bigger impact in the game than that.
Yeah, just his presence out there, I think, is what it was. O'Bannon made 1 of 2. 32-point margin. Out of the top with it now, works Robinson. Bumped by Lampkin. And Eddie couldn't get out of the way fast enough. Foul here on Eddie Lampkin.
You know, Eddie's so aggressive defensively. Sometimes he gets the better of him and gets in just a little too close.
Well, it doesn't take much, too. Just a little bump.
It doesn't. The closer you get to a guard like that, if you're Eddie Lampkin, the easier it is for them to get around you. You need to keep a little bit of space.
He's giving up 100 pounds. Robinson is 170. So, ball knocked out of bounds. It stays here with Grambling underneath their own basket.
And a few rebounds TCU didn't come up with tonight.
Right. And Lampkin, what looked like a pretty clean block, is just fouled out of this game. First time this year, by the way.
I tell you, there was a great backdoor cut there by Parrish. They didn't get him the ball, but he had it set up beautifully. You see him there on the bottom right block. He would have had an easy layup.
Eddie fouls out. Round of applause here from Lampkin, who leaves.
How long until Eddie gets the nickname Eddie Energy here in the crowd?
3.7 boards here tonight for Eddie. Free throw off the mark this time for Lamine. Frogs trying to get to 10-1 on the season with this game here tonight. Perfect 6-0 at home. Lamine misses the second one. He's a freshman out of Champlin, Minnesota. Damian Baum to Micah Peavy. Frogs don't have to be in a hurry here. Up 32. With the floater, doesn't get the roll, does Damian. And a rebound taken out of there by Murrell. So it's 2 minutes left in this one, Colin. This game's it's over, right? 32 points.
You can probably chalk this one up as a win, yes.
Okay, as a coach, when do you start emptying the bench?
I think now's a good opportunity too, especially.
That's right.
You get the ball, you let it fly.
Darius Ford's going to bring it up.
No shots from Coles and Doumbia. These other guys need to let it fly.
Oh, Doumbia's going to fire a 3 and score it.
And the bench erupts, but I promise you the bench is going to erupt even more when one of these other guys gets the shots up and score.
Darius Ford, Cole Despy, Harrison Young all out there. Harrison Young, by the way, won the three-point shooting contest.
Yeah, so he can shoot it.
Darius Ford can play. Played at Dunbar. I've watched Darius play a few times here. Here's big man in the middle. Doumbia blocked it. Despy puts it up. Cole's with it. Here's Young for 3. Oh, just missed it. Rebound though, Ford. Put it up and score.
There you go, Ford. You got it. And good on Coles. Gave up the layup to kick it out to Young for the three.
Darius Ford in the book. 40 seconds left. Horned Frogs up 90-51. Over to Mbia, the floater goes.
He had a nice game, Moten did. Ended up with 16 points now. And for the Walk-Ons here, they get one more shot because the shot clock's still going.
Got to try to get it to Despy. There it is. Can he get it off? Penetrates, puts it up. Was hacked. And this one's going to stay with TCU with 21.9 to go.
The most important part of that, though, is an air ball, so the shot clock is still in play. So
right.
They're not going to dribble it out.
Yep. Inbounds comes. Young from the baseline. Jumper. Too strong. Coles with it. Back it goes. Young hesitates up off the glass. Missed it. Fighting for it. He's going to go for three tonight. Oh, Despy almost comes up with a steal. A foul with 11.5 to go.
You know what? I'm still proud of him. He got 3 shots up in less than 2 minutes.
You got to do that.
I got 6 shots up in the 4 minutes.
Free throw line now. Goes Chance Robinson. I remember those 6 shots, but 4 of those were off. No, 3 of them were off your misses, right?
No,
they were follows.
I went 5 out of 6. I had 11 points.
Come on.
After the game, I took the score sheet to Coach Tubbs. I said, "Hey, Coach, see this?
That's official.
I scored 11 points in 4 minutes. You play me 40, I'll score 110 a night for you." True story. I told him that.
Yeah. I don't think he bought it.
He didn't buy it. I didn't play the next game.
Right. Here it is. Despy down to 10 seconds. Got to get rid of it quick. Coles down to 5. Down to 3. They're going to run it out. Frogs get the win.